Okay, so I'm going to be watching Dunkey's Overwatch 2, a pathetic preview and reacting to it, and why he thinks Overwatch 2 failed, as well as giving my own thoughts on the situation. So let's go ahead and watch this video together.
If Overwatch 2 is a couple new maps and some heroes, I will be very disappointed. Okay, I've played Overwatch 2, and it reminded me of a Stevie Wonder song.
Stevie
And
Wonder.
that song is, "You haven't done nothing!" Listen, what the hell is this? What kind of scam are you trying to run on me here? The hate.
Wait, if you think about it, this looks exactly like Overwatch, like the regular game. You can't really tell it's a different. But okay, anyway, let's go
been
ahead.
calling this game Overwatch 1.5. I gotta say, haters, you guys are stupid. You don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
This is more like Overwatch 1.1. Immediately, the beta confronts you with the horrifying truth that roll queue is still in the game.
Words changed, by the way. Words changed.
And how? How did this moronic system even make it into the first game, let alone
Agreed.
make it all the way into Overwatch 2? The queue times here are horrendous. They are giving
because of roll
GTA
queue.
5 a run for its money with these long-ass queue times. There is a fast pass thing, but it does absolutely nothing.
This is my exact experience. I tried Overwatch again after like not playing for a year and a half, and I swear I'm not making this up. It took me 20 minutes to get into a single game. I tried this fast pass thing. It was like 18 minutes instead. It was like a 2-minute difference. I'm like, bro, what, really?
Blizzard, priority one for this game should be get players into matches. When
Yeah,
the
I
game
agree.
launches, I assume you'll be able to pick between roll queue and actually get into a match queue, but it's kind of sad that they still haven't figured out how to solve such a simplistic problem yet. Let's talk gameplay. Overwatch 2 has made big, earth-shifting changes to the Overwatch we all know and love. First off, McCree's name has been changed to Ryan. Yep, there's more. And the nighttime maps are daytime now.
Okay, yeah, this is so dumb.
That's it. The biggest change is switching from 6v6 to 5v5. There are some upsides to this idea. Instead of having 2 tanks, each team has 1 super tank with extra power. Whoever plays tank gets to feel like the leader of the team.
See, the reason I didn't like this change is because there were so many heroes that were, designed not to be solo tanks. And, the game changed from 6v6 to 5v5. So it's just a really odd change in general. But I didn't really get to try Overwatch 2, but I could tell there's going to be some problems there, and they're going to have to do a lot more than just rework the solo-like tanks that were meant to be tanks, right?
Until your DPS
Main
just
tanks.
run in solo and die. Personally, I've put
No, that's
so
always
much
been a
time
problem
into
regardless.
Overwatch that any change, good or bad, is welcome at this point. But you have to keep in mind that all of these heroes were designed for a 6v6 game. Suddenly changing it to 5v5 without making fundamental changes feels like one of those player-made custom modes. There are
Agreed.
new maps. Bastion and Orisa have been totally reworked, and there's the new hero, Sojourn 72. They even added a scoreboard in finally, but you can never escape the feeling that you're still just playing Overwatch 1. Doomfist can't uppercut, McCree can't stun, so his right click does nothing now, May can't freeze people.
Good
Other
change.
than that, it's business as usual. You're probably looking at this gameplay right now and saying, "Oh no, Dunkey, you put the wrong footage. This is just Overwatch 1 gameplay."
That's what
But
I'm
nope,
saying, yep.
This is Overwatch 2.
See, that's a huge problem to me. The fact that like they did this beta with just like quick play only when they should have had a beta for the PvE part. That's the content we all wanted to see. Otherwise, this is just like he said, just changing the maps from night to day. Like, okay.
This
That's
is
why I didn't
what
want to
think
try it.
most of-
Honestly, like that's why I was like, okay, if I get a bit into the beta, cool. I might give it a shot, but if I don't get into the beta, I'm not gonna like sit in a stream and try and get the beta key because I'm not really interested. There's nothing to really try.
of the heroes have not been touched. Widowmaker still sucks ass. Junkrat is still
Don't agree.
insane. Moira can still outdamage DPS while out healing the other healer. Symmetra is still zero fun to play. You're still gonna get yelled at for picking Hamston, probably more now since you're
Hamston.
the only tank. I know behind the scenes it's a total blunderfuck. On top of COVID, Blizzard as a studio is collapsing. Jeff Watch left. Every employee is fired or going to jail. I've been reading about this
Going to
stuff forever. But now that I finally have Overwatch 2 in my hands, it feels like a major defeat. It feels like Blizzard could be the next BioWare. However, we still haven't played the co-op mode,
Yeah.
which for me is the main draw of Overwatch 2.
That's what I think too. Like once the PvE gets released, I think that's when more attention will come to the game. And what I mean by that is if you saw the Twitch viewership of Overwatch 2, on the first day it was like 1.8 million or something like that. because people wanted to go ahead and get the keys or whatever. And then on the 6th day of the beta, it was 9K. 9,000 viewers, from 1.8 million to 9,000. It showed you that there wasn't really anything that was riveting or new in the game, and people just kind of got tired of it and stopped playing it during the beta, like 5 days after the release of the beta. That is very, very grim for the future of the game.
For the sake of the fans, I hope that 99% of the development team has been focused on the co-op, because I don't know what they've been doing for more than 2 years with the PvP.
Yep.
None of Overwatch's core issues have been addressed here. 5v5 ends up making the game even more steamroll heavy than the original. The game still expects an unrealistic amount of teamwork from random players, and the objectives are still anti-fun garbage.
Yeah.
Without PvE, this is more of a minor patch to an abandoned game, masquerading as a sequel for
That's what it is to me too. It's just a patch. This is what it feels like. It's just a patch. There's no real changes to the game.
Marketing purposes. Overwatch 2's PvP is as lazy as it gets, but it's still better than Valorant.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that because, you know, that's what I'm playing right now. I love Valorant. If you guys don't know, I've been playing in the Tier 2 scene recently, so I'm actually competing. But yeah, I don't agree with that. But yeah, generally, like I really agree with Dunkey's take here. Even though he might have not been like the highest rated player, I think he really hit the nail here with his opinions. But I want to go ahead and give you guys some insight too, just because there's some things that weren't covered in this video that I want to go ahead and get off my chest on why I think Overwatch 2 will ultimately fail. And that might seem really, really harsh, but the reason I'm making this video is because for so many years people were saying, like, just wait till Overwatch 2 comes out and it'll revive the game. But it will revive the game for maybe a few months, even when the PvE part comes out. And then it's the same people running the game, it's the same developer team. So eventually the game will just go ahead and go downhill. And I'm going to give you guys some insider information as to why I think that will happen, given that I was in the Overwatch League, and, you know, we had monthly meetings with the developers, and they would kind of just, like, the smallest of changes that we would, like, request from the developers, they would not see the importance of that. Like, we need more spectator slots. You know, as pros, we needed more spectator slots since our staff was so big, and we would never get that. They just needed to add spectator slots to the custom lobby. That's it. And the other thing was, like, the metas took so long to change. Goats was in the game for a year, you know, and that's so long. It kind of reminded me of H1Z1. When that game died, PUBG came out and it got its competitor, and after PUBG came out and they realized they had competition, they were like, oh, we need to make patches now and try and fix the game. That's what Overwatch did. When the game started to die and they realized, like, the viewership went from 100k, XUC left, Tim the Tatman left, Summit left, to 70k, and then ultimately down to like 5k, the game was dying. The game was dying, and they realized, like, hey, we need to make more patches. We realized we've made a big mistake. But for 3 years, they were not doing their job. They were not doing their job. They weren't updating the game. They weren't changing the game. They thought everything was fine because, you know, of the viewership. And we're just not going to go ahead and listen to our top creators, our top community, our professional players and staff in the league. We're doing everything correct. And ultimately, they were the source of their own failure. So with that being said, will I try Overwatch 2? Nope, probably not. Until the PvE comes out. In that case, I will try it. I'll give it a shot. But not even Overwatch 3 at this point will be able to save the game. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And if you don't mind, subscribe to the channel. We'll try and make more videos in the future. Thanks for watching.